The public test realm is available right now, and you can see I am in the game. This is just going to be a first impressions look at the Void Gauntlet, as well as looking at the new enemy types, the Varangian Raiders. So you may notice where I am if you are familiar with New World. Basically, I'm in Everfall, and this is the new fort that they're talking about. This is in one of my favourite mining areas. So I guess if you're worried about spoilers, then, you know, beware, I guess, maybe. Apparently there are some mobs on the beaches as well, but I've literally just ran to Everfall straight away, so I don't really know about that. Now, you get quite a few boxes when you go into the PTR, and it includes quite a few different like armor sets. I've literally just decked myself in heavy armor and constitution gear, and I've also spec'd into focus rather than intelligence. For those of you wondering, the Void Gauntlet scales off intelligence first and focus second. And let's just have a quick look at the abilities in the window. The 3 abilities in the Annihilation tree, we have Void Blade. I'm not going to read this whole thing to you, but feel free. We also have Petrifying Scream, and we also have Oblivion. And we'll test these out on these new Varangian Raiders. So you can see they're only level 17 in this area, in this little fort. The Void Gauntlet, as you can imagine, shoots out like a magic pulse, which is pretty cool. And one thing to note here, let me just use some of my abilities. So the sword, you just summon the sword with that ability, and it's literally like, it's like a normal sword, but it seems like a cool upward thrust with the third part of the combo. But what I want to do actually, I'll do it in the next fight. We're all just obliterating these to test them, I guess. So this Oblivion summons like a circle that is essentially like an AoE. And this Petrifying Scream, I believe, like roots them in place. But one thing that's cool is you might notice I've got reduced mana. If I right click like you would to block, well, my mana goes up, but my health goes down. You can essentially hurt yourself by the blocking mechanism here. I don't know if that would actually block the attacks. So let's see if I can find somebody to attack me. Does it actually help in any way? I'm not even blocking there. I don't think it's helping me, so no. One thing to note if you are curious, the sword, when you block with the sword, it actually just blocks normally. So they're pretty cool. I'm just going to respec into intelligence so we see the full damage of the Void Gauntlet. There is intelligence gear and stuff like that, I just haven't bothered with it. The Petrifying Scream, which roots the enemies, which can be pretty interesting, I would imagine. And the Oblivion. Now, I haven't read through all of these. Somebody said that this is like an anti-healing weapon. I don't know if that's true or not. Nothing I can see here immediately suggests it's an anti-healing weapon, but it is what it is. I'm going to respec and we'll go into the decay tree. I'm just going to take everything, so I'm not reading these. So the Annihilation tree is essentially all about like close-up damage. The decay tree is apparently about healing and ranged. So you have Orb of Decay. Oh, well, a little bit of baptism fire. We're just going to try these new abilities that I've not actually used in Outpost Rush, so we'll see how they go. So before I really knew what I was doing using that decay tree in the Outpost Rush, I got absolutely smashed. So let's just have a look at the decay tree once and for all. Orb of Decay basically passes through the enemy, and then on its return it eventually heals you. Pretty cool. Tether literally tethers you against somebody, and then it weakens them and empowers you. And then the Essence Rupture, basically you put it on somebody, and then when somebody hits that person or whatever it is, you get health, which I can imagine being really obnoxious and annoying in PvP. There are already times when people are unkillable. That just sounds like it's going to make it a lot worse. So just to show you those abilities, I think it'll probably die before I really show you them all. Let's tether it, because I don't think that does too much damage on its own. And you can see it sort of tethers. It's not like, I don't know if there's a range. There is a range, but then does it come back on? No, it doesn't. It basically just, as it says, you do more damage, they do less damage. This, then when you start hitting them, apparently it heals you. So you can see when I'm hitting it, it heals me. That's the rupture, basically. You put it on them, you hit them, you get your health back. Pretty cool. And then this orb is pretty simple. Like you send it, it goes through everybody, and it comes back and it heals yourself. Tether, that does more, you do more damage to them, etc. Then you could even, if you wanted, like let's say I put the healing thing on them, and then I can heal myself. Oh, what's that? I don't have much mana. Let me block. Oh, that's turned. It's a little bit like a warlock in World of Warcraft, where you can sacrifice your health for mana. Pretty cool. So they're the abilities. These are the new enemies. This is, they said, the new fort area. I've got to say, they look good. It's nice to actually have just normal humanoids who don't appear to be like undead or skeletons or what have you. These are literally just humans in armor, and hopefully there's a reason to fight them. Because, quite frankly, I feel like the game was missing that, so it's nice to see that they're introducing them. It's a little bit weird for me that they're doing it in the old areas. I've not gone to the high-end areas, but there's no mention of high-end enemies being of this type. So yeah, pretty cool abilities. I'm not sure it's something I'll necessarily run straight away, but yeah, I'm happy to see it in the game. The PTR is up. I've got to bail off the PTR because it's quite late in the UK, and I'll let somebody else get on, and I'll probably try a little bit more tomorrow. If you enjoyed this little first look at the Void Gauntlet and the new enemies, leave a like. If you're interested in more New World content, then do subscribe to the channel. Have a most beautiful day. Goodbye.